Investigates starts right now. What is up, YouTube? It's the Mabster and the Mrs. Mabster and
the dog. The dog has joined us again.
The big ass dog has joined us. He's barely making it. He's still eating and pooping.
And being a general pain in the booty patootie. But he's a cutie patootie.
Yeah.
But he thinks that every time I get up, that means I'm going to give him a treat.
Yeah.
I mean, every time.
What's up, Chaos? Indy, Isham, good to see you. Lovely. Texas woman, I'm quilting. How y'all doing?
Quilting.
Ken Wells.
I wish I knew how to quilt, sort of. I mean, we have a sewing machine that I have not once opened because I can pretty much sew on a button, and that's as far as my skills go. But I love quilts, and Mab loves quilts, and maybe when I'm older and retired and I have more time, I'll quilt. I don't know.
You don't know how to quilt.
I don't.
Patty, what's up? What's up, Kim?
From Tennessee.
Analyze that, Doug. What's up? Good to see y'all. Yeah, I haven't been feeling good lately. My face has been hurting. I'm getting beat down with working so hard. We did get stain done on our concrete.
Yeah, looks cool.
We stained our front porch and we stained all of our curbs.
Like a terracotta color.
Yeah, I'll show you. Absolutely.
We took some photos, of course.
Yeah.
Oh. I chipped my tooth.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's right.
Thursday night. You can't see it. One of my bottom teeth is chipped on the inside. It's driving me crazy.
All right.
All right. Here's some pictures of our yard.
Amaranth.
Mab loves amaranth.
Let's see. Window. This is what amaranth looks like right here.
And the seeds are like the size of a mustard seed. And we have like 1 million seeds, but they reseed themselves. And so they're just everywhere. They're kind of cool.
Yeah. And then there's one of the flower beds by the orange tree. I bought mosquito netting to put over the grass because it gets full of crap. There's that.
Arbor, you guys have seen that. More flowers, our shade structure.
Other little arbor. There's where we stain the curb right there.
And the buckets are over the septic tank risers, so we got to figure out what to plant in there.
Yeah.
So they can be moved pretty easily.
This is the only original plant that was left that we had in our front yard. It's exactly where it was. There's her lantana.
Took that from my mom's.
There's the curbs after we stained them. There's where we grow the plants that hopefully will be climbing up the.
And there's some footprints on there, but we cleaned that off. So we sprayed it last night and then we put some glaze on it this morning. It looks pretty cool. Don't mind the other stuff. This is a work in progress. I mean,
kind of looks like terracotta-ish.
That's the look we were going for. We didn't mean for it to come out that color. Actually, it was supposed to be just all red, but it ended up looking a little distressed.
The original dye was like baby poop, baby diarrhea color. That's what she said anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
that's like baby diarrhea. We can't use it, so I added red to it. So I had some other red stuff I added to it. But we want to kind of maybe take a sponge, but I think it looks good enough right there.
It's not really even, but
needed more.
We'll see how it wears, and we'll probably do something else. But it's better than it was. So thanks.
Thanks, Cindy. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're getting it done slowly.
But for us, it's hot. It's like 80, and for us, that's hot. So it's kind of hard to want to work outside.
Yeah, I start sweating easy.
Yeah. So anyway,
So the Siders have been indicted for more stuff, believe it or not.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What's wrong with people?
I'll show you. What is that number? 89. Is this better? Oh, cut you off. There you are.
It's okay.
Today, a grand jury indicted 4 members of the Siders family in the Vinton County child endangerment case nearly 2 months now after authorities say they found 16 children living in what they called deplorable conditions inside a Hamden home. 2 family members, Gary Siders Jr. and Elizabeth Siders, were also indicted on charges of sexual battery and unlawful sexual conduct with a minor.
Now that's not with any of the 16 kids. This is like some other kid. We don't know. Alex, don't hate MAB. I hope not. I'm not a hateful person.
106. Oh, Indy, I'm sorry.
106?
Where are you?
Sounds like you're in Arizona.
I know, that's what I was going to say. It's probably hotter in Arizona, though.
It's Central Valley or something. Yeah. So somebody that was 10 years younger than these two, 2022. So if she's 33.
Don't.
What?
I was going to say, don't do math. So that means in 2022, she was 29.
19 is not a minor.
Is of age.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, sometimes we get our facts mixed up.
Yeah.
But let's
We
continue.
have been following this case since June 30th when law enforcement removed those 16 children from that home on Omer Street.
But tonight we learn that child endangerment investigation is actually the third of 3 separate investigations. 10 TV's Libby Cathy is joining us in studio tonight to walk us through the new details. Libby?
That's right, Yolanda, Jeff. We learned today what initially led authorities to the Siders' home where they discovered those 16 children. It was a separate child sexual abuse investigation, one initially involving 2 children and 2 South Bloomingville men, according to authorities. That's 23-year-old Josh Saunders, you see him on your screen, charged with rape and gross sexual imposition, and 40-year-old Brandon Henderson Sr., indicted on 21 charges, including endangering children and sexual battery. These men were arrested today. And that
These guys are tied up with these two?
What is wrong
Is that
with
what
these
just
people?
happened?
Investigation.
I haven't it yet.
led authorities to Elizabeth and Gary Siders Jr. and separate allegations that the couple sexually abused a minor in 2022. We're told that minor was not a member of their immediate family.
Not a member of their immediate
family.
family.
I know she emphasized that word. And what does that mean?
Does that mean it was a cousin or some non-immediate family member? Interesting.
Authorities were acting on that sexual abuse investigation on June 30th, there to collect Gary Siders Jr.'s DNA when they discovered the 16 children, sparking the child endangering investigation.
So they came there looking not because he was peeing off the porch and somebody was walking by, which is originally what I thought, that he had exposed himself inadvertently.
Right. Well, that's what they made us to believe.
Yeah, that's what they led us to believe. But apparently it is a lot worse than that. Now, this is where it gets nasty because they came to get Gary's DNA, which means that his DNA was in a minor.
Or on.
In or on a minor, which means that his juices were on
his secretions.
A child, yes. Which makes it even worse.
Bodily fluids.
Bodily fluids,
there we go.
Yes.
It's all gross.
Yes.
It's just gross.
Oh my God.
These cases began as an investigation into family child sex abuse. Law enforcement sought the DNA of Gary Siders Jr. related to the child sex abuse case. Once Siders Jr. was located, search warrants were executed to secure his DNA for genetic testing.
Sherry Shane says the niece is pregnant by him. Is that confirmed or is that a rumor? Sherry.
Upon serving the search warrants
Brammer, what's up? Good to see you, brother.
for the child sex abuse case, the existence and condition of the
Look,
16
Al.
children at the Omer Street house became known.
So now all 4 Siders adults have been indicted on child endangering charges, and Gary Siders Jr. and Elizabeth Siders are also facing those additional sex crime charges for abuse of a minor that, again, was not one of their children. So we reached out to the Siders defense attorneys about this, and attorney for Gary Siders Sr. sent us a statement saying, in part, they are still in the beginning stages of this case, and discovery has not been received by the defense. He went on to say that defendants are presumed innocent unless proven guilty. Now, I went down to South Bloomingville today. No one I spoke to recognized Saunders or Henderson, but we are keeping in touch with residents there and staying on this story. Jeff, Yolanda.
Libby, thanks for that update. Certainly a lot more to talk about in this case. You can read all about it, all the details we have on 10tv.com right now, or you can watch our podcast special on YouTube and the 10TV streaming app. It's called The Hidden Children on Omer Street.
Damn. Cray.
That is, so yeah, somebody who did,
What happened?
so scroll,
Oh.
scroll the comments. Somebody made a comment and
Oh, down?
yeah.
Sherry?
Somebody said, I can't find it. Somebody on here said, do we still feel sorry? Oh, here, Wild Wanderer, still feel bad for her? No.
No,
No,
I
I
never
don't.
felt bad. I thought she might have been a
Victim.
sister's child, had a baby. They are establishing paternity
Ugh.
currently. Yikes.
So yeah, in the beginning, I did kind of feel bad for her because I thought maybe, possibly she was a victim here, but it doesn't seem like it.
This is another video I found on this case. So the parents, Siders Sr. and his wife, must have known something was weird because they are the ones that allowed them to get married in the first place. At very young, right?
I mean, I don't even know what to think anymore about this case.
This is like Endless Crime, Hillbilly Crime Investigates. I was watching earlier. I thought she had some good info.
And most of us, we want to think the best of everybody. It's hard for us to see a young girl. It's hard for us to see bad. At least it is for me. I don't know about y'all, but it's hard for me to look at this girl and see something other than a victim. It just is. Now, we asked, was Elizabeth a victim? Was she trapped in that house? Was she controlled by the men or even Grandma Siders? Heck, I don't know. Was she another woman in the middle of that mess who had been broken down, isolated, and then left with no way out? That was a fair question based on what we knew at the time. But
Still a fair question, but
Mhm.
What did she get groomed into?
Right.
Was she groomed?
It's still possible. It is still possible.
Cindy Lou, what's up?
tonight, the paper trail has changed. When the paper trail changes, we change with it. It's just the way that it's got to go. Elizabeth Siders has now been indicted alongside of Gary Siders.
This poor Gary dude looks like he is out of it. I got one eye looking north and one eye looking south. Wasn't there a song one time about? There was a song one time. I can't remember it, but.
Junior, in a separate child sex abuse case involving a minor, authorities say was not part of their immediate
Rhythm
family.
and Clues, what's up?
That opens this door into a whole other realm. That is not a small update. That is not a footnote. that changes the whole frame, because this case is no longer just about poverty. Not for me, it ain't. It is no longer just about neglect. It's no longer just about 16 kids being found in horrific conditions inside of a home in Hamden, Ohio. Now, according to new reporting, the investigation that brought law enforcement to that house in the first place did not begin as a simple welfare check. Oh no. It began with a child sex abuse investigation, some allegations. Now, investigators were reportedly there seeking Gary Jr.'s DNA. And when they got inside, that's when they found the 16 kids. Shockingly, they were there investigating the sex abuse claim from a whole other kid outside of their family. And then they found all these kids. So now that we know that part of it, you know, heck, when we were trying to guess what had brought them there, we knew that it was a prior investigation, but most of us were guessing completely wrong, but we were guessing that it was him outside peeing off the porch or something.
Yeah.
Boy, were we wrong. Oh, no. And it wasn't just, this investigation wasn't just Gary Jr. Oh, no. Elizabeth. Pregnant Elizabeth. Or, well, she was, yeah, she's pregnant, ain't she?
No,
Oh,
she's not
man.
pregnant.
Well,
I don't think
tonight,
she's
we are
pregnant
going
now.
to do what we always do on Hillbilly Crime. We are not going to marry our first theory.
We're not going to marry our first cousin either. We're not going to marry our grand sister.
Ashley Banfield had good coverage. I'm sure she did. Thanks, Kim.
I haven't looked up Ashley yet. Maybe I will.
No, we are not going to protect a storyline just because it fell apart. Nope. We are going to follow the paper.
On August 21st, the Ohio Attorney General's office released a 2-paragraph announcement.
2 defendants, Gary Siders Jr. and Elizabeth Siders, were also indicted in a separate child sex abuse case. According to the Ohio Attorney General Andy Wilson's office, Gary Siders Jr., 36, and Elizabeth Siders, 33, were both indicted on 4 charges each, stemming from an investigation opened in March of 26. That was months ago, by the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation regarding unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. The Attorney General says the victim in this case is not a member of their immediate family. Now, and I'm learning to pay attention to the wording. They said immediate. So that means it could be a member of the distant family, just not the immediate family.
Yeah.
Wilson says the indictments allege that Gary Jr. and Elizabeth Siders engaged in sexual conduct with a minor more than 10 years younger than their own age between January of 22 and September of 22. That was 4 years ago.
Now, what did she
That
say?
doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any
So-
sense.
If she's 33
She would be
and it happened 10 years ago, she'd be 23.
10 years younger, would be 13.
Okay.
Is that what she's saying?
I think so.
So this is going back, and you got to remember how many times she's been pregnant. That means there's some major sexual perversion going on here. That, you know I'm kind of embarrassed and ashamed of myself for not seeing it sooner and wanting to give so much of a benefit of the doubt. And see, that's where I had said before, I feel like sometimes we push our own trauma and our own stuff onto different situations. Man, this is just really
Nasty. Roll Tide. I see that all the time. Is that like Bulldogs or dogs or something? Football?
No, Roll Tide is Alabama.
Yeah.
Probably football.
Yeah.
I don't know. Us being from California,
Yeah, I don't know.
Alabama's kind of far
I haven't followed football since the Niners
in the 80s.
dynasty.
Yep. Joe Montana.
Yeah.
Jerry
Hey,
Rice.
Sugar T, what's up? Hugs to you too, sweetie. There she is.
Hugs, Sheila.
Bob with the cob. Yeah. You guys, let's not get into anything in the chat now.
Oh, kitty.
Kitty.
Oh my God, you guys. Okay. So we have like the corner of our bedroom, there's an armoire up against the wall. And then the adjacent wall, 90 degrees to that, is the bathroom door. and I have a nightstand next to the armoire, and from the nightstand up to the top of the armoire is about 4 feet. So, and then on the other side, I have a little dresser that's on the same side of the wall as the door. Our cat jumped from my dresser straight up
Well, I thought
on.
he was jumping from the end table when I saw.
He does two things. He jumps from my nightstand up to the top of the armoire, which is probably about 4 feet, and he just launches himself. But he launched himself from my little dresser to the top of the door between our bedroom and our bathroom, and that's like 2.5 inches wide, and also 4 feet up. So he launched from the top of my dresser up onto the top of the door, and then the door moved as he launched himself, and he balanced up there for long enough for me to take a video. And then he went to the top of the armoire, and he's been doing this now. He likes it up there. And then we go to bed at night, and he jumps down from the armoire right onto my back and scares the daylights out of me.
And then wakes me up and wants a damn massage.
But I cannot believe this cat can jump straight up 4 feet and land on something 2 inches wide, a moving object 2 inches wide, and he can stay. It's
crazy.
He's an incredible cat.
Yeah.
Love cats. I love cats. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I wanted to tell you guys that when I saw the kitty. Okay, moving on.
I wish I had not been so naive. I feel like I was really naive. I'm trying to close all this stuff out here on my thing. My computer's kind of being slow. So let me close all this out.
Josie.
Do you all feel that way? Or am I being silly?
It read, in part, Garibus Jr. and Elizabeth Siders were indicted on 4 charges, each stemming from an investigation regarding unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. The next sentence did the damage. The victim in this case is not a member of their immediate family.
Lady Babs, she was pregnant with conjoined twins. Yeah. She was pregnant with the conjoined twins in 22 when she was doing that.
That's probably a Guinness Book of World Records. Being pregnant with conjoined twins and essaying a minor.
That's disgusting.
Oh my God. That's not good.
I mean, even being pregnant with
there's got
twins is pretty
Rare.
rare. I mean, you don't
Really
see that
rare.
many cases.
to be some kind of mental thing. I don't know what it could be. I don't know what it is, but they've got to have some kind of mental illness, don't you think? All right. According to Wilson, the charges that Gary Jr. and Elizabeth face in this investigation are 2 counts each of sexual battery, a 3rd-degree felony. 2 counts each.
2 counts each of unlawful essay conduct with a minor. 2 counts each. So it happened twice that they know of
Unlawful sexual conduct with a minor, a 3rd-degree felony. Gary Jr. and Elizabeth,
Oh,
along with
boys.
Gary Jr.'s parents,
What's up?
Gary Sider Sr. and Christina, were all arrested June 30th on child endangering charges when 16 kids was removed from the home, some of whom were in serious medical condition.
You know why we love Kelly Boyce, right?
No.
Kelly Boyce.
Authorities said investigators had been at the home to serve an unrelated warrant. While they never officially announced the contents of that warrant, which is what we're learning now, another warrant had been issued that day for Gary Jr. on public indecency charges. However, Vinton County Sheriff Ryan Kane clarified in a video statement that the warrant
Merca. Right here.
that they were serving was related to these charges. There have been a lot of speculation and questions regarding the June 30th presence on Omer Street in Hamden. These indictments provide some insight into the ongoing investigation. Do they ever? However, to preserve the integrity of the ongoing investigation and to protect the victims, I conclude my statement here, he said. Vinton County Prosecutor William Archer further clarified that the search warrant was issued for the purpose of securing Gary Jr.'s DNA for the child sex abuse case. Just as when the child endangering charges were first announced, Archer said this investigation is also not a case of human trafficking and that there is no danger to the general public. According to Wilson and Kane, the investigation launched in March into Gary Jr. and Elizabeth stemmed from a different child sexual abuse case in Vinton County, so it was still in the same county. That investigation began in December of 25 and involved sexual abuse allegations involving two
Our poor dog can barely get up sometimes.
children. In that case, so this is a completely different case. Oh my gosh, man. In that case, 2 South Bloomingville men identified. See this, Marnie? This is where the 2 men that I heard came in, and I didn't think that they were related. In this case, 2 South Bloomingville men identified by Wilson as Joshua Saunders, 23, and Brandon Henderson, Sr., 40, were indicted and arrested Friday, August 21st. Saunders faces 4 charges, including the R word and gross sexual imposition, and Henderson faces 21 counts, including multiple charges of child endangering, gross sexual imposition, and sexual battery. Along with
For months, the public frame was softer. 16 children
Why does the speed keep changing on me? What's going on?
pulled from a house on Omar Street in Hamden, Ohio. Horrific conditions. Questions about poverty, neglect, failure of the
This poor guy. Barely hanging with us. That's about as old as my dog is right there.
system. And one specific question. Was Elizabeth Siders another victim? That question was fair based on what the
I can see that. Her eyes. I can see in her eyes. Just pain in her eyes.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't look like a happy person. She looks just broken.
She looks like she's just like, you know, like there's an excuse somewhere down in there.
And it could be
public
kind of
knew
like,
on July 1st, but there is a visual from the intake file that tears that frame apart. On Gary Jr.'s booking paperwork, a box is checked yes next to the words currently pregnant or postpartum. Then it is scratched out and marked no.
it is. All right. So the new indictment changed this whole case. Gary Jr. Reportedly faces 27 total charges. Do you guys think this is life? Do you think they'll ever get out?
probably not.
Elizabeth Siders reportedly faces 23 total charges.
Damn.
Gary Sr. reportedly faces 16 endangerment charges. Christina, grandma, reportedly faces 19 charges. And, you know, them 2 wouldn't be facing any charges if they didn't let Junior and his wife move in. You know what? I'm hoping, well, I better not say that because I don't know how involved Grandma and Grandpa have been. I don't know what all Grandma and Grandpa knew. They had to have known something. And they could have at any time picked up the phone and called and said, hey, my son and his wife are right here in my house and I need you to come get them. Yeah, I need you to do whatever you need to do and get right on over here.
Yeah,
Miss
the fact
Carrie
that they
Ann,
stood
I grew up in
by-
poverty, but it didn't look like that. I know.
the fact that the grandparents saw the condition of those kids and didn't do anything is definitely a crime right there. They may not have known about the extracurricular activities that were going on with their son and their daughter-in-law, but they obviously knew
That they're being
the condition of those
abused.
kids, that those kids are being abused and neglected and they were
Anybody
sick.
who knew of that situation and didn't say anything is guilty of something.
Yeah.
Because that's just crazy. True be you. Good to see you. Hit the like button. Sub up. I got trying to get to 4,900. I think we got 4,866. I've had up to 4,875, but
It just keeps
keeps
fluctuating, and
they keep
I think YouTube's trying to
hold us
hold
back.
it down, man. It's been a while.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Let me get to 5,000. All right.
I know, man. I know. This was an old article here. It was from 2020.
Turtle Island tonight from
Bahamas,
the Bahamas.
Bahama Mama. I don't know. Did he say Sunday or Monday?
Well, it's his birthday's today.
I thought he changed it.
Because my brother's birthday is today. And I called him earlier and left a message.
Yeah.
Brian, huh?
Which Brian? Oh, Brian.
Yeah, Brian's birthday
Oh.
today.
21. Pike County Sheriff's Office up in Ohio. Sheriff Tracy D. Evans reports that on October 8th at 5:37 p.m., deputies executed a search warrant at the residence of Gary Siders Jr.
Aw,
at 2495 Bobo Road. Bobo?
Truby, you became a member. How
Thank
cool is that?
you. Christine Fortunato
has been a member for 2 months. I've only had members for 2 months. That's sweet. We're going to do member only stuff soon. I'm going to get my shit together on the channel a lot better after I get my papers in here. And then I'll have once I get the front done, I'll take some time off. I'll get the website done. I'll get all this shit done on the channel. Yeah, they do sweeps from time to time. People sub to our bots. Yeah. Why would I have a bot?
That's weird.
What are you doing?
I need a tissue.
All right.
Road in Beaver. There were numerous items recovered that had been reported stolen from a local construction site. So this is what made me think it was going to be theft. Was this history of it. Warrants will be requested. And then it went on. This is what made me think it was going to be something to do with like receiving stolen property or theft or just something like that. That's what my brain was telling me. I was wrong. I was very wrong. But the headline tonight is not just the number of charges. The headline is that Gary Jr. and Elizabeth are now both indicted in a separate child sex abuse case. Now, according to reporting, that case involves a minor who was not part of their immediate family. Now, that is the part that blows up the old public frame, blows it all out of the water. Because if Elizabeth is now charged in that child sex case, then this is not just a question of whether she failed to protect her own children, right? The allegation now is that she participated in abusing outside that original frame.
Now, does that mean that those kids were abused too? It's a good question, right? Connie became a new member. Oh, that's so cool. You guys are awesome. That's just cool. Yeah.
No,
Got another new member.
So that's a very different conversation altogether. All charges are still allegations. They are presumed innocent until and unless they are proven guilty in a court of law. But a grand jury has now said that there is probable cause for these charges to move forward. So that does say something. And we're not talking about a Letcher County grand jury. We're talking about a Vinton County grand jury in Ohio. So this is the part that I think we should really hear. According to those new reports, law enforcement did not just show up at the Siders' house for a routine welfare check. They were reportedly there because of the sex abuse investigation. Investigators were reportedly seeking Gary's DNA. That matters because for weeks, people have asked, well, why now? Well, why June 30th? Well, why did authorities finally go through that door? Well, now the answer appears to be that another investigation led them there, another sexual abuse investigation.
Schmex. I've never heard it said that way. Schmexual. We're good, Kim. I forgive you for whatever you did.
So that means those 16 kids were found because a separate sex abuse case cracked open the door. That's chilling because it raises the question that if that other investigation had not happened, when would those children have ever been found?
Bingo.
When one of them died?
Yep.
So here's the charge breakdown from the reporting. Gary Jr. faces 2 counts of sexual battery involving a non-family member.
There's grace for anyone and everyone, Kim.
2 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor involving a non-family member. 4 counts of public indecency. 2 second-degree felony counts of endangering children. And then 10 third-degree felony counts of endangering
children.
And
yeah, why did they
7 misdemeanor counts of endangering. Now, Elizabeth, she reportedly faces 2 counts of sexual battery involving a non-family member, 2 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor involving a non-family member. And this is her. She's charged with it, not just Gary. That changes a whole lot, too. Miss Tricia said, did the children eat the drywall? You know, I asked that same question. I have seen in other,
Oh my God, the drywall. Now, I haven't seen this house like that. This is the first time I've seen this picture.
Oh my goodness. What's underneath those crates?
Let me take a screenshot of this.
Could you
How do I do that?
imagine?
Applications, utilities, screenshot.
Ugh,
There should be.
God. And I'm sure that just smelled unbelievably disgusting.
Let's see if I go like this, go like this, go like this,
MAB is multitasking.
go like this.
Yeah, Cindy Lou, nasty. But
And I
I
said
mean,
capture.
could you?
That is crazy.
Wow.
So that means I should have a screenshot on my desktop. Right there.
Okay. So now you can.
Continue.
Yes.
stories where children were starved and they ate the drywall
Yeah.
off of the walls. They would pick it,
Wayne, what's up? We Investigates.
pick it out, and then eat it because it was, I guess it was the only thing that they could put in their mouth. It was the only thing that they could eat.
Eating sheetrock? I don't think so.
So I asked the exact same question. Let's get back to her charges. She's got 2 second-degree felony endangering, 10 third-degree felony counts of endangering, 7 misdemeanor, and then Gary Senior's just got 10 third-degree, 6 misdemeanor,
Go lay down, dog.
and then Christina's got 10
I know, Donna.
second-degree
Yeah,
felony endangering.
Donna Clark, good to
Hi,
see you,
Donna.
darling.
I know.
That is,
That is so
imagine
heartbreaking.
16 people. I think I did the math and they had like 3 feet square to live in each.
I think it
12 by
was,
12 is 144. Divided by 10.
but there were more than 10.
Yeah, I know, but I guess there's somewhere, right? So 144 divided by 10 is what?
14.
Well, let's just say it's half of that.
So 7.
That's not that much. I mean, I thought it was like 3 square feet, like 3 feet for each person.
I kind of thought that too, 2 to 3 feet, which I mean, they're just sitting. I'm sure they like all laid next to each other. And some of the kids were smaller than others.
Yeah.
So, but still,
Some of them were barely alive.
who does that?
I mean,
Who, I mean, it's just, it's
how do you just
inconceivable.
like wake up in the morning and think that's okay and you're not walking to the fire department or going somewhere to try to help or do something? Like just go to the police station, put both hands in front of you, be like, take me away, I'm out of control.
And 10 third degree, and then the 7 misdemeanor. Don't. Hush. So that's the paper tonight. That is why we are not doing the same show we were doing.
Dave says, I'm a builder. I'm going to start leaving tin food in the walls. Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord. I'm not a builder, but I build shit.
yesterday. This is where we need to be grown-ups about it, you know? Man, I was wrong. I was wrong. A lot of us wanted Elizabeth to be one person, the one person in that house that could be understood, that she was different. Maybe she was scared. Maybe she was controlled. Maybe she was broken. Maybe she was also abused. Maybe.
She's all of the above and has
Yeah.
mental illness and was abused and groomed
Right.
and was pregnant constantly. So it's like she didn't know anything else but being pregnant. I mean, that's crazy.
There is still some part of her story that explains pieces of her life, but these new charges mean that we cannot keep talking about her only as a possible victim. We have to talk about her as an indicted defendant in a child sex abuse case. That does not mean she's convicted.
Not a typo. A man's intake form briefly recorded that he was
Oh,
Oh, it started over. That's weird.
no, it didn't start over. It just sped up because she's playing something else and she's got it faster.
pregnant. That one clerical mark is the whole case in miniature. A system so staggered by what it walked into that it couldn't keep its own records straight long enough to see who was carrying a child
Good
and
her.
who was charged with abusing one.
Yikes.
Before we go deeper into what the documents actually show, make sure you're subscribed to Endless Crime because we don't just cover the story, we follow the evidence. On June 30th, law enforcement did not show up for a welfare check. The Vinton County prosecutor later confirmed that the search warrant was issued for the purpose of securing Gary Jr.'s DNA. Read that again. They came for DNA and found 16 children. The Attorney General's office says the investigation into Gary Jr. and Elizabeth began in March.
Doesn't she look like she's pleading with those eyes? Now this guy looks like he doesn't give a shit what happens. He's dark. These eyes, this face. She looks like she's asking for forgiveness with those eyes. I don't know. I get a message just from looking at her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
March of 2026. It was an open child sex abuse case. The allegation involved a minor more than 10 years younger than the two defendants. The alleged conduct stretched from January of 2022 to September of 2022, 4 years before the knock on the door.
Along with this announcement, Wilson announced that Gary Jr., Elizabeth, Gary Sr., and Christina were all indicted on numerous charges related to the endangerment of the 16 kids within their home. The charges in a separate child endangering investigation, and that's with the 4 in the family. 2 second-degree felony counts of endangering children, 10 third-degree felony counts of endangering, 7 misdemeanor counts of endangering, and that's 19 charges for Gary Jr. Elizabeth, I guess it's going to be the exact same 19 charges. And then Gary Sr. only has 16. So there's 10 third-degree felony endangering and 6 misdemeanor endangering. And then Christina has 19. So she's got 3 more than Grandpa.
And why is that? That's weird.
Hmm.
Because Grandpa was like out of it
Probably.
so much that he didn't know what the hell was going on. But at some point, he did know what was going on.
Well, if you live in that house, you are, I mean,
Party.
yeah. You live in that house and you didn't do anything,
You're a party.
there are your charges.
2 second-degree felony, 10 third-degree, and 7 misdemeanor. So it looks like Grandpa's the only one that gets those 2 second-degree, the most.
Sad part for me is like they're never going to place all those kids in the same house. We're barely even able to place 2 of them in the same place. So they're all going to be split up.
Yeah.
Is there any twins that are living? Yes.
I hope
I
at
think
least
there
the
is.
twins should go together. You know, the little ones,
It'd be nice if they were together, the little ones.
at least the really young ones
Got a
have
better
a
chance.
chance.
A lot better chance.
But isn't there like an 18-year-old? Don't they have, or a
Yeah.
14-year-old? Is she
I think
18?
there was even a 19-year-old.
I mean, those older kids are just, I don't even think they went to school. Did they go to school?
I watched
Got a
a
bite on my neck.
show with the Turpin, one of the Turpin girls. The Turpin case was kind of similar to this one in California, where they had a bunch of kids chained up and shit. And one kid broke out and called the police with a phone.
Was that those 2 women?
No,
that were holding
Turpin.
them?
No,
What? I
Turpin was a
forget.
man and a woman that were holding a bunch of kids and had a few of them chained up and were abusing them and stuff. But I heard her in an interview, and she was saying,
Who, the mom?
no, one of the
One
kids,
of the kids.
yeah, that she didn't even know what, like when people would say hello or whatever, she didn't even know what that was because nobody ever talked to her. She didn't even know what the hell was going on.
What? How old was she?
In the interview, she was probably 18, 19,
When was she rescued?
probably in 10 years old.
Okay. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people have children
Why would they keep having kids?
if this is the way if they don't,
I mean, after a while, it's not an accident. I mean,
yeah. And
it's not like
I
the kids
mean,
aren't planned. It's like you don't plan on planning anything. You just, I mean, how do you have 16 kids we obviously
And no-
want more kids, or you wouldn't be getting pregnant. all the
Right.
time.
Because if she went to the hospital to have any of those children, she could have asked to be sterilized.
Right, Wayne,
easily.
just get fixed already, for God's sake.
Right. I mean,
Those are the harshest ones anyway. The indictments in this case include charges in the alternative, meaning that multiple counts or different theories of a crime have been charged for the same acts. Doing so allows for a more complete and appropriate presentation of evidence to the court and jury, Wilson explained. Okay, so what I think that is, have you all ever seen, or well, I know you have, but most of you true crimers out there, if you notice like how a jury goes to deliberate, and a lot of times they'll have like, if somebody's charged, say with murder, and they'll have like manslaughter, and they'll probably have like 3 different kinds of murder, and then
Yeah.
they'll throw a manslaughter or something on there, and they do that so the jury has a complete, thank you, Crystal. They do that so the jury has a complete like a smorgasbord of
They can,
things that they could convict them on, right? So like if they don't think that it's really like murder 1, but they think, oh well, we could probably get them, thank you, Marnie, we could probably get them on murder 2, or we could get them on manslaughter. But if they don't have all those on there for the jury to pick from,
they can get off.
then they might get off, because if they've only got murder 1 on there and the jury don't think that it's murder 1, but they don't have anything else for them to choose from, you know, then they would be found not guilty, I guess. I've seen that happen too. I know you guys have too. But all right, so let's see what Miss Marnie and Miss Crystal sent us. Thank you, girls. I see how mentally handicapped everybody tends to be. Surely they weren't doing nothing to anybody, a child that was mentally handicapped. That sure would be bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's all bad, but I don't know why I'd be surprised them to submit using physical power or threats, impairment.
Here is where the official narrative snaps. On the day
Whoa, it's fast again.
the True BU says they were chained to their
The
bed.
Turpin kids were chained to their beds, yeah. At least 2 or 3 of them at the time. I mean, I watched the body cam of the police officer when she had gotten away and ran and called the police, and she met him in the car, and she was saying she had even had pictures on her phone.
I think I saw that with you.
Yeah, you were watching it with me.
But it was a while. It was a couple years ago.
No, this was like last week.
No, then I didn't see it.
Oh.
Okay, because my memory's not that bad. I mean, it's bad, but not that bad.
of the raid, some public reporting suggested the visit was tied to a separate public.
I mean, look at this guy's face.
Yeah, he looks like he don't give a crap
He's
about.
like, fuck you. I don't give a
anything.
shit about nothing. Just let me get my nut off, and that's it. I mean, this guy should be in jail for the rest of his life. I mean, he's obviously
He's
dead inside.
Yeah.
Indecency warrant. The sheriff's office later clarified in a video statement that the warrant being served was related to these charges.
Thanks,
These
Kel.
charges meaning child sex abuse, not a porch incident, not a welfare check. The state came for a swab of his cheek. It left with 16 children. The new indictment is not written in bureaucracy.
Indictment.
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 These AI
AI
pronunciations are
videos.
funny.
I saw one the other, it was earlier today, that was funnier than hell. They were trying to say certain caliber of a shell,
Mhm.
and it was like unrecognizable gibberish.
Gibberish.
Yeah,
It's funny.
2 counts
that's the same woman.
No, it can't be.
It is. She is her.
Wow. Are you sure? I mean, I get you could dye your hair, but the nose doesn't even look the same.
She's smiling. That's why her nostrils were like that, and she had some fat in her face.
each of sexual battery and unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. In plain English, the allegation is not that they failed to protect a child. The allegation is that both of them touched a child. The victim was outside the immediate family. That single word immediate is load-bearing. It means the grand jury found probable cause to move forward on conduct that cannot be framed as an isolated household tragedy. It crosses the line from private dysfunction into public criminal act.
So one of those other guys charged it is Gary's Junior's sister's husband.
Gary
What?
Jr.'s sister's husband was one of the guys who got charged. That means,
So the brother-in-law.
so probably one of his kids.
So
Not the immediate family they said earlier, right?
a brother is immediate,
Not a brother's.
but a
kid.
nephew is or a niece is not.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like-
that's immediate.
I feel like that is.
Cousin would be immediate as far as I'm concerned, but they may not.
I think when they say immediate, they're like husband, wife, parents,
Child.
children, siblings.
Yeah.
That's immediate. That's it.
Yeah.
That is the
So one of the men that was charged in that was Gary Jr.'s sister, her husband. So that's how they were related.
Josie, isn't that crazy that she looks so different
Yeah.
in that picture?
13 when she got pregnant the first time.
She was blonde when she was younger.
Wasn't there a kid before the first of the 16? I thought I remember
She
that.
lost multiple children along the way. Didn't they
Two.
say she was pregnant like 22 times?
She
Didn't
lost
she
two
lost-
kids.
I thought she lost like 5.
The conjoined twins she lost. And I think that was in 2022.
Thank you, Marnie. Gotcha. Got man. Jeez. I mean, so the Siders bonds. Let's see. All of the Siders were arraigned on July 1st.
I remember that, Linda. She was sitting on the porch with her parents, looking like nothing was wrong, you know.
And pled not guilty to an original 16 counts each of the child endangering. They then waived their preliminary hearings the following week. The Siders bonds were then set at $300,000. Gary Sr. was granted to get out. We know that he was released from custody earlier this month. Motions requesting competency evaluations for all 4 Siders defendants have also been granted by a Benton County judge.
Out.
And then those
Because of his health problems, and they didn't want to pay his medical bills. See, if they kept him in custody, they would have had to pay for his medical in the hospital.
At his age, it's 6 of 1. I mean, he's on Medicare probably anyway.
Yeah.
But okay, let's let a felon out of jail for that. I mean, granted, he's old and probably decrepit, but
Old decrepit criminal.
yeah. Oh,
evaluations will determine if they are able to stand trial.
And it doesn't stop there. The same attorney general announcement indicted 2 other men in a separate child sex abuse case out of South
Indicted. She's got it turned up fast. So I gotta bring it back down.
Bloomingville. Joshua Saunders, 23, faces 4 charges including rape and gross sexual imposition. Brandon Henderson Sr., 40, faces 21 counts including child endangering and sexual battery. Gross sexual imposition, in plain English, means non-consensual sexual contact using force, threats, drugs, or involving a victim who cannot consent.
So that's bad. It doesn't even look like the
it
same
does
person.
not look like the same person. That's wild.
Pre
Pre.
grooming or possibly pre whatever.
Well,
and
also
post.
she's had a bunch of kids, so.
Suck the life.
But
force.
also, she has no makeup on in that picture. Like
Yeah.
her hair looks wet, no makeup on.
Hair's greasy. They probably use that oil to kill lice in their hair.
I mean,
That
she's
is-
a pretty girl. That's the thing.
Not
Like,
ugly.
I mean, not that that makes a difference, but it's like,
The guy that spoke on YouTube said he was married to Gary's sister. Yes. One of the guys that was indicted was married to Gary's sister. Yeah. That's what makes me think it was Gary's, not immediate family, but
right.
some cousins or something.
Not the same family. That is the same county. The state is now unrolling a pattern, not a single incident.
Now that was already awful enough. Then came the public argument. Was this poverty? Was this neglect? Was this abuse? Was this a failure of services somehow?
Poverty's
Was
not
Elizabeth enough?
abuse. I mean, I've seen some of the poorest people be some of the best people.
Right. I mean, you can get on public assistance to help feed your children
Yeah.
and not make them sleep in a room that looks like that. I mean,
And she was on some kind of assistance, but I don't think she was
right, they weren't feeding their
claiming
kids
all of
with
these
that.
kids for assistance, though. Well, they paid with food stamps. I believe I heard that they paid some of the stuff with food stamps at the store.
Dave,
Dave said drugs must be involved.
maybe, but then again, it's like, wasn't the guy like a DoorDash driver?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
made a little bit of money.
Another victim in all of this abuse. Was she a victim in that house? And I'll say it again because it matters. Based on what we knew then, asking whether Elizabeth was a victim too was fair. It's absolutely fair. Women can be controlled. Women can be trapped. Women can be abused and still be charged.
So can men.
Mhm.
Women can be both harmed and responsible for harm. But these new indictments mean that we now have to look at Elizabeth a little bit differently. No, TT. So thank you. So happy to be part of the family. Yep. Support with Steffa. Hello, honey. We ain't seen you in a while. Hello, and I'm here. I'm from East Kentucky. Surprised in the whole thing. I'm surprised that there was so many sexual abuse.
The Attorney General's office also used a phrase that sounds like legal filler, but is actually the state hedging its bets. The indictments include charges in the
Indictment.
Indictment.
Can't sound that on YouTube. Indictment.
alternative. In plain English, that means the grand jury charged multiple theories of the same act so a trial jury can choose the one that fits the evidence. It is not confusion. It is a legal safety net. The state is saying here are several different doors, and we can walk through any of them. All 4 defendants have requested competency evaluations. Those evaluations will determine if they are able to stand trial.
You think the old man's competent to stand trial? Do you know they have insane, or they have competency trials for competency tests for insane people? And that they can get them to be competent over a period of time, even if they're insane? That's what I thought.
That doesn't
The
make
way you're
sense.
looking at me, that's what I thought. Didn't make any damn sense.
Just by looking at the grandpa, I mean, he doesn't look well, but we don't know what his mental capacity is. He could be very, very intelligent, but he's old and he's not well. So hard to say.
That is routine, but it also means the case will slow down. The paper is now the only thing moving fast. The paper says this was a child sex abuse investigation before it was a child endangerment case. The paper says Elizabeth was not merely present. The paper says Gary Jr.'s DNA was the key. But here is the question that should sit like a stone in your stomachs. If a separate child sex abuse investigation had not cracked open that door on June 30th, how much longer would those 16 children have been inside? 1 more month, 1 more.
And if he's abusing somebody else's kid, why would he not abuse his own kids?
Right.
So just because they don't have him doing it, or on film, or somebody, there's a witness to it, doesn't mean it didn't happen. Right?
Let's just pray.
A year until one of them
Let's just pray he didn't do that
died.
to children.
Man, oh man. So let's back up for everybody new. On June 30th, 2026, law enforcement went to a home on Omer Street in Hampton, Ohio. Inside that,
I'm going to go to the bathroom. You talk to the people for a second. You locked out the dog.
I locked out the dog. Yes, I did. He left me alone, you guys. I don't remember the Turpin family. You guys probably know more. Personally, I'm kind of interested in this Lindsay Clancy, but I'm working during the week and haven't really had time to update myself on what's going on. but I can tell by just the few like TikToks and little videos that I've seen lately that it is still pretty divided. Whether people think Lindsay did it or whether people think Patrick did it. I mean, there's still quite a few that think Lindsay hurt her children and herself. And I haven't seen enough on, I haven't watched any other trial at all to know what they have on either of them. But I am leaning towards Lindsay did not do this. So what do you guys think about that? And we investigate Mrs. Mabs. Is he behaving? Mrs. Mads. Of course he's behaving. You're covering that trial. Okay. Cool. That's right. When we met last week, you were talking about that. I need to go onto your channel and take a look at that because I'm interested in that. And I know her lawyer is awesome. And I hope that he can get to the truth on that one. So I don't know. Here comes Matt. Took a little detour onto Lindsay Clancy, but that's just because. What does Kelly say? I think she
Kelly.
did it. Okay.
I think she did it too.
Back at it at 9 a.m. See, we investigate. I still got to go to work. So Mab could probably stop by and see you, but.
Oh, he's back at 9 a.m.? I'm not up. Well, yes, I am. on
Are
Monday.
you West Coast? No, you're East Coast, aren't you? You guys think it's guilty?
You weren't blocked,
Why are you-
Linda.
We didn't block you, Linda. I don't know what happened.
No, I've seen her the whole time.
Replay crew. Oh, you're on East Coast. Yeah, so that's 6 a.m. over here. Mab is still fast asleep with the kitty on him.
Yeah, the kitty wants massages. I started giving the kitty massages, and now they'll come
He
up to me and start
screams.
screaming at me until I give him a damn massage.
He screams at us, and then
he
leads
wants
us.
me to follow him into his room where his little box is, and then he wants me to give him a massage. He just purrs and goes crazy.
He loves it. She's so cute.
Nutball. Never do that to your animal, otherwise they control you.
They
At
all.
home, authorities found 16 children. Now, earlier reporting said that the children ranged from about 18 months old to 18 years old. I have it sitting right here handy too.
I haven't seen that picture either.
Is that a picture?
It's a picture of the house, the garage or something. There's a furnace I see.
Got a picture of that room.
Or is that the
That's got to
room?
be the garage.
Let's see.
That can't be the.
There's,
room.
yep, there it is. So this is where they slept.
Yeah.
And you can see in the back the mattresses that are on the floor.
I see 4 mattresses. Is that a mattress right there?
I think like
One,
you guys can't see us. They look like couch
You
cushions.
see my mouse. There's a pad there. There's a mattress there. There's a mattress there. These are single. And this
But
is just some kind of a
it just looks like
cushion from a
cushions.
couch.
Yeah.
This looks like insulation. This looks like insulation.
No, they're cushions because you can see like the black bordering around them.
This thing?
Yeah, that's a cushion, like a brown cushion.
What's this? Black trash bag or something? Oh, these are those milk crates. The hell's all the milk crates?
I know
for?
what's in there. Okay.
Maybe that was the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm afraid that big giant Pepsi bottle or Coca-Cola bottle
What
was.
they peed in.
Yeah, I'm scared that that's what that is.
And you think maybe they just peed on the walls because.
Oh God. Could you imagine
And
the
then,
smell? And then it just rotted
sheetrock
away.
just disintegrated because of it. Plus, you got to figure there was mice and cockroaches.
I mean, is there even a window in there for 16
I don't
people to
think
be
so.
breathing all night long? I mean, everything gets all wet and damp and
Yeah, I think the
Oh.
walls were peed on, and that's why they disintegrated, because of the moisture. I mean, it goes all the way up the wall.
Linda, I think the parents were in a different room. I don't think the parents slept in there, if that's what
No.
you're asking. And
Sponsored by Coca-Cola. Oh,
You know.
Lord.
Look at the crates sitting on the floor. Is that their chairs? Is that where they made the kids hang out? I see this with completely different eyes today. I see this with completely different eyes. I saw this as a poverty situation before, I guess because I just wanted to see the good. I didn't want to see any kind of intent. I didn't want to see any kind of, what other word am I looking for that would be better than intent? I don't know, but I just didn't want to see it, whatever it was. And today I feel like I look at it with completely different eyes. I feel like this entire thing is because of their sexual behaviors and their sexual desires. So they were willing to run from the police. They were willing to run from CPS. They were willing to run from everybody that they could run from so they wouldn't find their kids, so they wouldn't take their kids. Before I saw this as, oh, they were just not wanting their kids to, be taken because of truancy or something to that effect. And now we see that it's something completely different. It's something totally way, way, way worse than truancy, right?
Yeah,
And
I
they had children
agree.
that were in dire need of medical care in that house. They were in critical condition. They needed help. Something else that I caught in one of those announcements that the prosecutor gave, he said that this whole thing jumped off from some very studious dollar store employees. So now we found out where I really don't know how. Like, how did a sexual abuse case pop off with the dollar store? Unless maybe the dollar store employees just called in for concern over the kids.
I didn't think a dollar store employee called in. I didn't remember that. Hey, Rhonda.
I remember they, hey, Rhonda. I remember they interviewed her, but
You're not in the picture anymore.
that's okay. I like being by the window. I can only scoot in a little bit more.
That's perfect.
But see, I still have to lean. That's okay. Whatever.
And I don't know. I don't know how that happened, but he did credit the dollar store employees with popping it all off.
The state has not answered that. It cannot answer that. But the warrant proves the only
It's almost unbelievable. That's the same woman.
I know. I mean, it really does not look like her to me.
Chin's different, face is different.
Well,
nose
she's
is different,
heavier there.
Eyes are different. Eyebrows are different. Hair color's different. Body's different. It's like,
She's heavier in that
Damn.
picture.
reason the children were found was that investigators needed Gary Jr.'s DNA for an entirely different child. That is not a safety net. That is a coincidence.
That does not mean that we know every fact, but it does
whoops.
mean that
Damn it.
the sympathy lane
Why?
just got a whole lot narrower. And if these allegations are proven, then the public was not just looking at a woman who failed to protect children and failed to protect her own children. We were looking at somebody accused of participating in the harm. And, now I look at the whole thing with her own kids differently as well. She has a duty as their mother. And so many people said this to me before, and they were right. She had a duty as their mother to protect them. She had a duty as their mother to not let them suffer. That's what we have to do is sacrifice anything
Right.
for our kids. Whenever I bought this little house, it only has 4 rooms, 4-room little shack up in the holler. But it was all I had. It was all I could afford. It was all we were going to have. That means I didn't have no bedroom. That means I had to figure it out. But my kids needed bedrooms. So out of the 4 rooms, one kid's got 1 bedroom, one kid's got the other bedroom, and then this room triples as my bedroom. I got a couch right there that I sleep on. This is my workspace, my desk, my big fancy desk Jenny gave me. So it gives me a little space, a little corner workspace. And I guess it would triple as a living room, but we don't never have company, so I ain't gotta worry about that. And then our kitchen. And then we got the bathroom that's in Alan's room. But, you know, you've got to do what you got to do, right? For your kids.
Yeah.
She didn't have to stay there. She didn't have to stay married to that man. She
Didn't
didn't have to keep
be
having these
pregnant
kids.
either.
Let that land. The system did not find those children because a teacher called, not
Yeah.
because a caseworker followed up, not because a neighbor knocked. The system found them because a child sex abuse case needed a cheek swab. They came for DNA and found 16 children. And now the question is what else they found. Here is what you need to do next. Go pull the Vinton County Grand Jury indictment, State of Ohio versus Gary Siders Jr. and Elizabeth Siders. The case file is public record. Read the 4 counts in the child sex abuse case. Read the dates. Read the word non-family. Then read the child endangering counts. And answer one question in the comments. Which charge in that filing changes your understanding of what happened inside that house and why? If this
Crazy.
I am hungry.
You're hungry?
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too.
Gotta get some dinner.
All right, you guys, this is going to be a short one. We got to eat. We got to go eat.
Gotta feed the MABs.
I'm working my way back into YouTube slowly. I'm going to be picking days during the week where I take a day off and come on here instead. Because I haven't been taking any days off and it's been rough. It's been really rough. So I appreciate you guys coming by. Leave us a comment down in the comment section. If you're a replay person, leave us a message.
Give us some loving.
Yeah. If you're not subbed up, sub up so we can try to get to 5K. Hit the like button and all that good shit.
All the YouTubey things.
And we're going to go, hey, Laura Calvert.
Hey, Laura.
I've been moving some dirt, girl. I moved 2 yards of base rock yesterday.
You made me a little path from the back door to the
Oh,
garage.
yeah, I made her a little.
So I don't have to walk in the dust all the time. It's
Dirt
nice.
is like talcum powder now because it's so ground up from the tractor that it's like talcum powder.
Step in it and it just goes
one step and it goes
poof, poof. And then
yeah.
bring that in the house. So
Yeah, it
that's
gets
fun.
all over everything.
That's
Even
fun.
when I water the plants, I have to water the leaves because they all have dirt on them from driving the tractor around. I think this week I'm going to go get my other tractor and bring it over here so I can get it running. We will, Josie. Thank you guys for coming by. Hey, Wayne, thanks for being here. Let's do another show soon. And we will see you all on the next one.
All right, you
Peace.
guys. Good
We
night.
love you.